Ryan Summerlin, student of Kurt Thompson's, and currently enrolled in, let me adjust this here, currently enrolled in the Kurt Thompson Upper Register program. I got some notes here because I'm not good on the spot. However, we can roll with it. I'm 20, going to be 21 here pretty soon. I'm going to be a junior in college, music major, trumpet performance major. And if you're like me, and you've always struggled with the high notes, and you thought it was a myth, I'm here to tell you it's not. A little warm in here. You see all these guys like, Wayne Bergeron, Maynard, Patrick Hessian, Faddis, goodness, this whole list of people that, have broken through that double C range, and Kurt Thompson, I forgot about Kurt Thompson, broken through that double C range, and it just seems so surreal, you got to be born that way, or you have to, have such and such $5,000 mouthpiece, or you got to study with so and so, and he's dead now, and you can't get, it's not that. I met a couple of these guys at some conferences, and they're still trying to figure things out. It's not a myth. The upper register is not a myth. It just takes practice, and if you're like me, you've got this stack of books, specifically, not including your Arvins or your Clark, books dedicated to, lead, to high notes, your high range, and they're great books, they're great books, but you can't get any feedback from the guy that wrote them. You flip the page, one page is sitting up around high C, then all of a sudden you flip the page and you got to play a double F, F above high C, and you don't, where'd the learning curve go? Then you flip over into the back of the book and you're, F sharp over double C. My point is you don't get any feedback from just cramming in those methods. Yeah, sure, they help, but you don't really get the how and why. Everybody does Chickowitz, but why? Oh, for your air. How does it help your air? And that's one thing Kurt's done that I really can appreciate. Some of these methods are methods, some of these techniques and the 50 techniques that he'll give you, they're real familiar. You've either done them or you've done some that like them. And some of them he's come up himself or put his tweak on it. He tells you how to do it, and if you get it, great. It's all yours. If you don't get it, he's right there on the phone to ask you, so you can ask him, hey, wait a minute, is my corner supposed to be, whatever which way is, so that's good. It's the benefit of all the knowledge of all these method books on high note and lead playing, but you have a coach to go with it through you, and to go through it with you, and to really help you understand what's going on. And so that's one of the things I really appreciated. Now more about me specifically. I've in high school, small band, small school, small town. My dad played trumpet, and I was bored. I was no prodigy whatsoever. I was just kind of, the best. I was first chair, blah 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 blah. All state, this and that. But I was just bored. Nothing went above high C, so I had no need to play above high C. I play a D every now and then in marching band. And then I got to college, and all of a sudden, and into this music department, and the doors just open up, and it's like, whoa, I had no idea there was this much to trumpet playing. I had no idea that, I had no idea that you could make a living playing in a symphony till I got to college. Um, so anyway, you're just kind of sitting around high C, high D like I was, and you think, oh, I've got to be born that way, or I got to have that built-in wedge breath. No, it's not genetics. It's not some scientific experiment, gone horribly right. It's practice and practicing the right thing. It's. I was trying to think of a good comparison, and I can't. It's specialized. Upper register is very specialized, so you have to practice the right things. Sure, you can sit there and hammer, your ceiling of your high note. You can hammer it all day long and bang up your chops. Sure, but there's other ways to get around the mountain and over the mountain. And Kurt's done a really good job of putting together um, techniques that really it doesn't just push forward on one specific path and just beat down the path that's full of all these rocks and impassable objects. Sure, he gives you those that push up on your ceiling, but then he gives you some that you know, bad metaphor, strengthen, your walls, and put new shingles on your roof, so he's coming at it from all angles, and some of the techniques are really funky, like the K-tongue thing. Don't want to get too extensive here, but it's just and on a high note, so we'll just do high C and go from there. Um, yeah, so he first introduced that to me, and I'm thinking, what we working on double tonguing? What's this guy doing? Um, and he has you buying all these cheap little things, like what is this for? What could this possibly be? You have to find out. And some of the techniques, like the K tongue and the water bottle, and the Pete exercise is not what you think. Um, you know, I'm sitting here thinking, does this guy really know what he's talking about? And it's one of those isometric things that you don't see it coming, but it'll benefit you where you least expect it. So now, as far as the improvements I've seen, like I said, I was playing lead in the jazz band, in the big band, top big band at college, and I'm because of my style, and I'm having to figure out how to get out these F's and E's, and I wasn't, they were kind of whistle tones, squeaks. Well, now, good Lord, F is no problem whatsoever. You know, and my range is nowhere near through growing. We haven't even hit the end of the program yet at this point when I'm recording this, but I've still got a few techniques to go. So yeah, it's a very good program, and for me, well, for everybody, it's not going to happen overnight. The first couple weeks is just techniques, getting you acclimated to the new lead idea, high note practicing idea, um, and he'll tell you, each month more time is going to be needed to added to just this routine, and you can split it up, in the days, do half of it in the morning, half of it at night, or whatever. But for me personally, I noticed, of course, I didn't notice a jump right to double C, but having not practiced anything lead specific before, I really noticed, my squeaks really strengthened up, and I could squeak a G, before I started this program, but and as I developed through the program, my squeaks didn't really go higher, but my current squeaks developed into notes. Um, so and now it's now that F is solid and F sharp and G is solid. I'm looking forward to, double A's and double C's. It's coming, a few months from now. Hopefully by next year. Keep hitting it hard. Let's see. I haven't really been looking at my notes. It's not a myth. Lead plan is not a myth. What's good about the program? It's good. Like I said, it's a great program, and it's very well put together. You will want to take notes. Take notes on the routines and how to do them. Because you will not be able to remember it all. Trust me. Write it down in pen. Don't do it in pencil. Write it down in pen. And you get to learn some Maynard charts. How great is that? So in conclusion, for my sake, don't take this program. Just because I don't want to have to audition against anyone that's graduated from this program. But that's for me, my benefit. For your benefit, take the program. It'll help you. It'll prove to you that, like I said, it's not a myth. It can be done. It's not magic. It's also not magic. There is no $1 million mouthpiece that has a double C built in, or you press the right vent and a double C. It's none of that crap. It's work, and if you're not willing to put in, let's see, what are we on here now? Hour and a half, of just this a day, or hour 50, whatever we're on here. If you skip a couple exercises, you may not be able to tell right at the moment, but it'll catch up to you eventually. So take the program, do all the exercises, practice, and I'll see you in the big band. Thanks.